Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we battled the Edmonton Oilers. A 7-game series, the winner heading to the Stanley Cup Finals. And our quest to a three-peat was denied by Connor McDavid's Edmonton Oilers. And I honestly don't know what to say after that series. You know, we go up 2-0, then they tie the series on their home ice. We head back to Minnesota, get the Game 6 or the Game 5 victory, and they win 2 straight. There's not a whole lot to take away from that series, as a lot of the big guys didn't step up. Nobody really took it into their own and stepped the hell up. Now, looking at these games from this view on the calendar, looking at all the goals scored, honestly, the guy that I'm going to give the best effort to there in that round was Weeman. You know, the games that we won, he was rock solid. The games that we lost, 2-1, 3-1, 4-2, and 4-3. He is a stickler when it comes to late period goals, but he did his best. I'm always mad at my goaltenders just because those are the first guys I'm gonna yell at. But that's just a fact. It sucks that the three-peat was denied. I thought this was gonna be the team to do it. This is the best that we're gonna be, especially with all the contracts coming up. Yes, we will talk about that. There's so much to talk about, but 3 straight years in the Stanley Cup Finals. This was our 4th straight Western Conference Finals, sorry. Damn. It was a fantastic run. I'm not sure if we're going to continue at this level, but I'm going to try my damnedest to keep us here. But before we get into the awards, before we get to see who wins the Stanley Cup, and the Oilers are taking on the Philadelphia Flyers, which makes it even worse for us because Philadelphia was the first team that denied us the Stanley Cup, so it would have been nice to battle them. But let's go ahead and check out the stats. 18 games of the postseason. Let's see how it went. Now, there are a few outliers here. There are a few guys where I'm quite disappointed with their player. There's a few guys where I'm like, damn, pretty damn good. The most notable, that was pretty damn good, Kirill Kaprizov stepped up in every situation. He was a guy that tied games. He was a guy that gave us game winners, 3 game winners to be exact. He was a machine all playoffs long. He was only getting better, which is the worst part because he was having a phenomenal postseason. He was doing so much better than everybody else. He was leading the way in each department. He was a beast, and one of his best seasons ever in the regular season, topped off by a great postseason. It sucks that it had to end like that. Same with Pietrangelo. Both these guys stepped up in key situations. 9 goals, 19 goals combined between these two guys. 42 points. They were great all playoffs long. Even Jack Hughes stepped up. 17 points in 18 games. We will have to discuss Jack Hughes. He is an undetermined piece heading into next season just because of cap alone, but we will discuss that. The best news about him is that he is an RFA this season. We don't have to trade him outright or lose him into free agency. We have his rights. Even if somebody offers him a contract in free agency, we'll get assets. We're fine. We're okay. Especially since I believe we have Nashville's draft pick this year, and they finished pretty low in... We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's talk about the stats. We'll get to all the positive things very, very soon. Somebody that I'm really disappointed with Anthony Francis. He's almost a point per game in the postseason. Yeah, that's pretty damn good for guys like Hughes and like Langweeder or Cale Newman. This is the 99 overall. It's going to be his 5th straight Hart Trophy season. It's his 5th straight Art Ross. You need this guy to be the guy in the postseason. I wish we could go all the way back to here. His 2nd postseason run, 39 points in 22 games. I wish we could. If we got that performance, we would have won the Stanley Cup this year. On top of all the other great performances we were having. He wasn't the best. I ask for a lot from my guys. I do. But I expect that, especially out of Anthony Francis. So, kind of disappointing postseason from him. He did have 2 game winners. He scored 2 game winners. He was important in the moments that he decided to shine, but overall, he could have been so much better. Cale Newman was pretty good. He didn't score the amount of goals that I wanted him to. He needs to be... I know. I'm complaining a lot for such a dominant team. I know we were the best team in the regular season. Again, he was really damn good, but when you look at last year, 15 goals compared to 6 through 18, there is an outlier there. I'm not sure where it lies. He was playing power play time. He was playing more minutes. He was actually playing more minutes, so there's no excuses there from Cale Newman. And he is one of those other contracts that we have to look at this offseason. Louis Langweeder started off the postseason really, really rough. First round, second round, he got better. No, second round got better. Third round, he was really, really good. Defensively, could have been better. A lot of penalty minutes. He is a big boy. He's throwing his body around. I like what he's done so far in his career. I think he's only going to get better. We have him locked up to a phenomenal $4.5 million deal. I'm happy with what we're paying him, and I think he'll only get better. Chris Griffin was, or is, the best third-line winger in the entire NHL, and I think that's a fact at this point. I do see our depth this year. They were rough. They were rough in defensively. Usually, we were just picked apart. Like very microscopically, like we went under the blade a lot of times against a lot of these offensive bottom sixes from the Oilers, from all the other teams that we fought in the postseason this year, the Avalanche, the Blues. Our depth took a beating this year, and that is definitely apparent with all the minuses in our bottom 6. So maybe we look to reshape our bottom 6 here in the offseason. So we have to get a lot of work done. I actually don't have a roster sheet filled out quite yet because there's a lot of moving pieces. We got the draft. We're going to play it by ear at this point. I know I rarely ever tend to do that, or in the sense that I want to see something on paper before I make any big decisions, and there's a few that we're going to make. Luke Kunin could have been better. He's that player that we're paying for half point per game. That's what we need out of him. And he needs to be a plus player. I know he was the best player in our bottom 6 by far. I mean, Chris Griffin was great. But when you look at the defensive stats, I know Chris Griffin was the best player in our bottom 6 this year. Yeah, plenty of his giveaway to takeaway ratio was phenomenal. He was the best there in the bottom 6. Luke Kunin was kind of disappointing. You look at his giveaway to takeaway ratio, a lot of penalty minutes. I know he's playing a lot of time, $5.5 million. Now, if there's a contract to go, he might be that guy. And that's a guy that I'm holding off on trading just because he helps us in the regular season. But is he that guy to help us go far in the postseason? Now, we just did come off of 2 Stanley Cup victories in a row. So I don't want to change the score too much. And the rookie, Sergei Gogolev. We are also drafting high this year, potentially a centerman coming into the fold this year. He started off the postseason really, really well. He had 3 goals through the first round. He was just red hot, 4 points, something like that. He kind of slowed down, and I expected that just because he was going up against phenomenal players on the other team. He's going to be a good player. He scored 25 goals in his rookie season. He's got a 5-star shooting category. He's only going to get better. I really, really like what he brings to the table. Same with a lot of these guys here. I don't want to change too much, and he is definitely a part of our future. Beckman, Mateos, and Duar. I am 100% going to split that tandem up, or trio up. Just because they didn't simulate the best at any point. They were definitely the weakest part of our team in the regular season, even though it was a phenomenal regular season. They were the weakest part, and I don't know if it's because they're all centermen. That it definitely lays on my shoulders there. I know where he lost Duar there for a bit, but everybody needed to be better. So let's talk about defense. Defense was led by Marcus Mironov. He definitely stepped it up there in the latter half of the postseason. 12 points in 18 games. You see a lot of minus players here, which is rough. And we could talk about Brant Clark. He was really good. But the biggest guy here was Quinn Hughes. You know, we went up 2-0 against the Oilers, and then we lost Quinn Hughes. And I want to say that losing Quinn Hughes was a major, major part of us losing to the Edmonton Oilers. We lost him. He wasn't playing the best, but he started picking it up there. He had 2 points through 2 games in the Western Conference Finals. You can't get much better than that. He was getting better progressively, especially after the regular season he had. You can only expect better things. Or bigger things, right? Sucks that we lost him. I think he was just about to be healthy. He would have been ready to go for the Stanley Cup Finals if only our team could have pulled out a victory. Maurice Potvin and Bissonnette kind of fall into the same cat. I mean, Potvin was pretty impressive. A +5, one of the best plus-minuses I've seen out of any player on this team. This is a guy going forward. He is going to be very, very important for us. Joe Hicketts, surprisingly pretty good if I can bring him on. If he's, he'll probably expect NHL money now, which we really don't have much of that. Kalen Addison came up. He had 2 points in 5 games. He wasn't a liability defensively. He didn't have any penalty minutes. He wasn't bad. He's on a 2-way contract too, so maybe he gets a crack this next season. And Georges Bissonnette, you know, we traded for him in the offseason. He comes over. He has a pretty solid regular season for the Wild. Almost 20 points in a rookie season. As a defenseman, that is hard to come by. I love what he brings to the table. Same with Potvin. I kind of put them in the same category. They're both righties. I like them both a lot. They're definitely going to help Mironov and Clark and Quinn Hughes once they get older, right? It's time to talk about goaltending, though. I'm gonna say off the bat, Gustav Vasilyev is out of here. I know. Why the hell are you trading a medium elite 82 overall backup goalie? It's because we have so many other goaltenders that are ready to go right now, and Vasilyev didn't impress me one bit. I know he didn't play the most time this regular season. I mean, he played 20 games, right? How much more time are we going to give him? We don't have a large window with him. So if we can find the right trade for him, we are going to ship him off for assets. The big man, Weeman. 11-7-0, 904, and a 283. I don't think that's how I perceived his postseason. Honestly, he was doing pretty well. Usually he lets in late goals. He did have a few of those periods, but nobody else stepped up for him. It was kind of that Western Conference Finals. There's not a whole lot more. He did have a rough game number 6, where he let up 4 straight goals. But you got to look at the defense there. You got to look at Weeman. I don't know. It's still pretty fresh in my mind. It tends to happen. It's over, though. There's nothing we can do to change that loss at this point in time. And your 2027 Stanley Cup champions, the Edmonton Oilers. But you see right there, the Iowa Wild win the Calder Cup. So look at our small victories here. Look at the small victories for the Minnesota Wild franchise. That is a huge positive. I didn't put a lot of thought into my AHL lineup this year, except for a few prospects, but it's nice to see that. The Edmonton Oilers beat the Philadelphia Flyers in 6 games. Too bad it wasn't us. But it is a big NHL awards for us this year. This is our... Oh, we lost the Stanley Cup. That's sad. This is our 4th President's Trophy in a row. Phenomenal. We are the best regular season team in the world. Obviously, the Clarence S. Campbell, they break our streak of 3 years in the finals. And the Philadelphia Flyers, they've been in the finals 3 of the last 5 years. Very, very impressive. There has not been an Atlantic Division team to make it to the finals in a very, very long time. So it is time to look at the individual awards. Your Art Ross winner, 5th straight season, just rename it the Francis Award. An absolute beauty. You gotta love him. I am intrigued to see who's winning the Hart this year because I can definitely see Quinn Hughes winning it. Anthony Francis wins it. I'm not surprised, but I definitely could have seen Quinn Hughes winning it just because he had 118 points as a defenseman. Phenomenal season from Anthony Francis. Too bad we couldn't get that cup. Would have made it a little more sweeter. Your James Norris winner for the 4th straight season. The best defenseman in the world just keeps getting better. Quinn Hughes. Lady Byng also goes to Quinn Hughes. You rarely see a defenseman wins the Lady Byng. Huh. A defenseman winning the Lady Byng. I can't recall the last defenseman to do that, but that is a phenomenal achievement for Quinn Hughes. Calder goes to Ivan Yakupov. Spent a few years dwindling in LA. Comes over to Carolina. I think he was hurt one year. Comes over to Carolina and helps them. There, he's going to be a big part for them for the next few years. Conn Smythe goes to Connor McDavid. Is anybody surprised? Yeah, I'm not really surprised. Vezina goes to Jane Weeman. Phenomenal year from him. His best season by far. He also acquires William M. Jennings. He was the best goaltender in the world this year. That is a fact. Bill Masterton goes to Gunderson from the LA Kings. Harris, for the Jack Adams. Frank J. Selke goes to Barkov, obviously, who else would win it. Ted Lindsay goes to Anthony Francis for the 5th straight year. And the Maurice Richard is actually a 3-way tie. Anthony Francis, Petrangelov, and Joshua Waugh. 60 goals apiece. A phenomenal season for the Minnesota Wild. Too bad we couldn't get the cup. But we have some big news. Or some very, very positive news for the Minnesota Wild. This isn't a draft where we just like la-di-da-di-da. This is an important draft because we have the Nashville Predators pick. It is currently 5th last in the league. We have a chance at a lottery pick this year. We're going to move down. That is just a fact at this point, but we have their pick. We also have 2 other teams' picks. I want to say Toronto and Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken. But Nashville, we threw what's his name? Nils Hoglander at them for their pick this year. Hope they enjoyed Nils. But a potential lottery pick, we could potentially move up for a top centerman because it is filled to the brim this year with top-tier centermen. I am excited to draft a top guy. So, in the worst-case scenario, we're drafting 8th. 8th here. Don't really like anybody around here. I like Frizzy, you got Ivany, you got Reimer. What's his first name? Ryan Reimer. Ray Reimer. What a beauty. You got a top 4 D-man. Nothing super exciting. You got a goalie at 140th. 140th? That doesn't sound right. You also have this oh! Hello! A medium elite... Oh! What? Okay, we got... Okay. Owen. Remember this. You have 2 USA players, one from the Central, one from the East. Medium elite there. That is free assets. We're getting them on the team. 15th, we can use one of our other picks for that and move up, something along those lines. But it is going to be an important draft. So the top pick this year is Johan Oland. Who is he compared to? Nicholas Backstrom. Then you got Parise, who's a defenseman from the QMJHL. You got Parento, another centerman. A left winger in Ray Raymer, and I like all these guys. Personally, I want one of these top 3 centermen. I like Ivany, I like Frazee, but one of these playmakers changes the game for us, especially with contracts coming up in Jack Hughes and Cale Newman. Right, it changes the game. So the draft lottery is going to be very, very important. So we are coming up on the draft lottery. It is coming anytime soon. Come on, Minnesota. Come on, Minnesota. Can we luck? That would be phenomenal for us if we could just get a little bit of luck here. So we move down to 7th. That's looking at one of those top 6 guys, which I'm not looking forward to. So Anaheim moves from 8th to 1st. That was Boston's pick. And Colorado moves from 11th to 2nd. And that was via Columbus's pick. So we have the 7th overall pick. Would it be cheating to move up this year? I mean, I don't necessarily hate this guy, but I would love to, if one of these teams up here is willing to trade that pick, I'm 100% going for it. We also have those other medium elite guys to go after, but we will remember that. Retired players this year, who's the big fish? Sidney Crosby calls it quits. At the end of his career, he finishes in Winnipeg. Same with Anze Kopitar, but let's talk about Sidney Crosby here for a second. The greatest player of his generation, I know. Ovechkin was in there, but Sidney Crosby, there's so much disrespect against Sidney Crosby, and I don't get it. You know that? Oh, he's a pansy. He's a kid. Sidney Crosby. I get it. I get the hate if you hate him because he always whips every team in the NHL. Doesn't matter if you're a Flyers fan. It doesn't matter if you're a Winnipeg Jets fan. He will burn you. People don't realize how good Sidney Crosby is still. He came back from injury and just dominated the league this year. He's one of the best players of all time. 3 Stanley Cups under his belt. He's got nothing more to prove. Plenty of MVPs, plenty of Rosses. He's got nothing to prove. First ballot Hall of Famer, easy. Anze Kopitar, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, 1,300 points. I mean, look at Sidney. He, all that injury time, definitely could have made it to 2,000 games, or 2,000 points, easy. But too bad. Anze Kopitar, great career for him. Same with Claude Giroux. Jamie Benn, Matt Duchene, Brent Burns finally calls it quits. My God. 42 years of age. Jeez. James Van Riemsdyk, Jordan Staal. Victor Hedman calls it quits. My God, 36. Shea Weber at 41 also calls it quits. 254 goals as a defenseman is very impressive. PK Subban. Look at the boys going out together. That's hilarious. Kyle Palmieri. Why did I say that so weird? Kyle Palmieri. Why am I... That's... whatever. Derek Stepan, Tyler Johnson, Adam Henrique, Backlund, Silverberg. Oh my God. There's a lot of names this year. There are a lot of mainstays in the NHL that have decided to retire at the same time, which is sad to see. It is. It sucks. Are there any goaltenders to call it quits this year? Anders Nielsen seems to be the big goaltender this year to call it quits, but a weird career for himself. He played Buffalo, Vancouver, Ottawa, apparently, all over the place, but congrats on retirement. A lot of big names, that we will not see anymore in the NHL. But we head towards a very, very important draft. Matt Duchene is actually now a coach. Somebody flushed a toilet, which means the house is making sounds. Iowa lost 2 coaches, and we lost coach in the NHL. So we'll have to deal with that. No problem right now. I'm not even going to view the draft class or do interviews because it never works, and it's a waste of my time. Enter draft class, or enter draft. Here we go. It's important. Any of these teams want to trade? Oh. Damn it. Really? Okay. So now we're in a little bit of a pickle. We do have the 7th overall pick. That is nice. How much value does that actually give us? A bit. 27th and 28th. I want to get that 15th overall pick. So we will secure that here in a moment. There's a few guys that need to move around. You got Vasanoyov, who's got to go. A little bit of trade value for him. You got potentially Jack. I mean, Jack Hughes is kind of off the books now. Or not technically off the book. I do like him, guys. I really, really like what he brings to the table. But this is going to be a very rough offseason for us. You got Waters coming up. He can definitely... I think Kunin's got to go, guys. Especially with Cap. Kunin could definitely be a guy to go. But I do want to look around the league for a potential trade. Anybody on the block, I want to see what's out there. If there's a top-tier prospect or a top-tier player, I would love to bring over to Minnesota, but it's got to fill a need. What's a need we need right now? I'm not sure. A cheap player for sure. I don't want to go out and spend too much money, especially with our cap problems. If there's a young player, something. It's weird. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I mean, Zach Werenski, Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode legend. He's an absolute beast. He's on the block. Okay, think of my defense. Ooh, that'd be nasty. Ooh. Damn. Okay, we'll look at that later. I have a feeling he'll be on the block heading into free agency anyway, so that's good for us. We'll look at that if we have the assets. Nothing here. Turcotte is still on the block. You got Jonathan Drouin at $9 million. No, thank you. Why would we do that? Jesper Bratt. Nope. Kiefer Bellows. Kiefer Bellows. That's $3.5 million over 2 years for an 86 overall, 29 years of age. That's a pretty solid forward to bring over. Nothing from New York. Ottawa. Nope. Philadelphia. Nothing. Nothing for Pittsburgh. Nope. LaRoche is still on the block. I know it's a subscriber-created player. Decent freaking player for us. I always wanted to get Mika Zibanejad. I remember a bunch of episodes ago that, we should definitely pull in Mika Zibanejad, and the Anaheim Ducks select Oland. Congratulations, Anaheim. You get your franchise guy there in Oland. He is going to help you out, but you kicked us out of a very, very important trade find thing. Let's go all the way back because you hurt my momentum. I was talking and now I'm hurt. I'm upset. So where do we finish? I don't know. St. Louis. Yeah, Mika Zibanejad. I remember a bunch of episodes ago where we were making a run of the postseason and we were going to pick him up. I almost pulled the trigger on him, but we didn't end up doing that. But that idea has always floated around. Anything else? Any notable prospects? Bo Horvat, not at 10 mil, no. 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 Ooh, Ooh, damn, at 3 years? And we could make them retain on that, you understand that? Damn it. Ooh, Washington's got a lot of guys. Okay. Is Marino, he's a righty. Potentially. Kuznetsov's a beauty. Johansson. Do we have to add on defense? Winnipeg? Mark Scheifele. Okay, there's a lot of guys out there. There are plenty of guys going out there on the block, but I want to check a few fine trades real quick. See, okay, let's look at Luke Kunin. If there's anything decent out there, we got to look at it. Because cap is definitely hurting us, especially with a bunch of our guys coming up. There's only one trade available, and it doesn't look very, very pretty for Luke Kunin. And it's a peak. No. Why? That's the only trade offered to us. Okay, that's a little disappointing. I know our pick is coming up here. I'm actually just going to sim to our pick since none of these teams want to trade. So, Parise went second overall. Parento. Oh, these guys would have been sick. Oh, Reimer. Oh my God. And then I guess at this pick we would be getting Freezy. 3-year ETA, not a huge fan of that. Might have to pull the trigger on this too. So you got Pearson, who's a defenseman. 1 year. Ooh. No, but that's not. I'm not sure about that. Maybe. I mean, do we go for the center? Okay, I'm gonna look at that trade. I'm gonna call a timeout. I'm actually gonna call 2 timeouts just to be sure. But I'm not sure about. We could flip this asset for something else. So who are the I was looking at. Oh, Werenski. Okay, let's look at our decor heading into next season because we could 100% add Werenski this year. Let's look at our decor. You got Quinn Hughes, absolute beauty. You got Marcus Mironov, Brant Clark, Potvin, Bissonnette. Yeah, that's kind of rough, especially salary-wise. But we could send Luke Kunin over for Zach Werenski. Oh, everything's got to be hard, doesn't it? Why couldn't it be an easy offseason? He's on the block. How many more years? 2 years? We could get them to retain since... Yeah, but it's full value bar, right? Ooh, that would make us stacked on the decor. But we've looked at models of other teams. You need a few top guys. But we have a bunch of 90 overall defensemen as it is, so... Definitely not my favorite trade there. Washington's got a lot of guys that are going. Defensemen, plenty of defensemen going. And then the top guy there is currently Kachuk. Oh, they got Rawlings, they got Korbov, they got Lindsay. They got a lot of assets here in... Oh, they got Jeffrey Woodworth. Oh, Jeffrey Woodworth! That's an absolute beauty. I love you, Jeffrey. Oh, I love him. I love Jeffrey. Absolute franchise mode legend. But Matt Tkachuk, I'm not sure if that's morale related. How was this season? 65 points. But where would he fit? I'm thinking of my top 6. I definitely should have done a roster sheet before this episode. Made things a little bit easier. Okay, what would this trade look like if we were to go to Tkachuk and then we were to go... do they even want Kunin? They don't want Kunin. So would we go rookie skaters? We got Smabby. He's 22. I don't think Smabby's going to turn into anything special just because of his age now. He is 22. He's going to be 23 soon. Probably not going to be anything super special. Then you look at goaltenders they want. They don't want Vasanoyov, but they probably need a goaltender as it is. Like, do they still have... They got Askarov, who's 86. I mean, they got Cashman, who's an 85. How the hell is Cashman in 85? The hell? Damn, that's an awesome goaltender to have, but... that's hard. I'm not even sure if there's a trade to be made here. I mean, I like Tkachuk, but then we think of our top 6. You got Petrangelov on the left wing, first line. You got Francis, and then you got Kaprizov. Second line, you have Jack Hughes, question mark. Then you have Newman, and you have Langweeder, right? Third line. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense for us right now. But now I want to do that Columbus trade. Not because I'm being forced to, it's because we could add that. We could add that 150%. Do they want... Oh, they want Luke Kunin as well. Okay. Luke Kunin, we don't want to trade him, right? But Cap is kind of forcing our hand. They both have 2 years left, right? Technically 1 year now. Then Waters is coming up. We got Duar. We got a bunch of guys who are ready to make a name for themselves. We can get them to retain. And if we bring Rowinski on and give them more assets, I want them to retain. They need to retain. Okay? Rowinski, they're retaining half the deal. Half. And I know they're not going to do that deal, but would they do maybe the 28th pick onto that? Would they do that deal? Trade rejected. Okay. I want them to retain all of that, so I'm going to have to give up a bit more here. Any depth prospects here? We got a Chubas. I like all those guys, though. Yeah. Well, we got goaltenders. We got goaltenders that we could throw around. We got Sizik. I like all these other guys, so that sucks. Vasanoyev, we can look at that. Columbus would have too many goalies. Oh, they need a prospect goalie there. We would, let's take on this Franzen dude. Do they have any prospects that they're willing to give up? Question mark. No? How about a pick or two? To give up Edmonton's pick next year, huh? That's a lot. That is a lot. Vasanoyev we could find a trade for, potentially. Right, his trade value is going to drop anyways. I mean, I'm willing to do that deal. Yeah, it was a lot. I'm not going to lie. We could have definitely taken out our first, but then we throw a Hail Mary with that Edmonton pick, right? You know, that's a massive move to make. A lot of you guys might disagree with that. But damn, look at our defense. You might be like, Bissonnette and Potvin. They're young. They can play anywhere in the lineup as it is, and we add such a strong defenseman in Zach Rowinski. We know what he's made up. We know what he's capable of. I really, really like that trade. I think that was the best trade to make. So we moved 2 assets that needed to be moved. Okay. We get them to... we actually save money with that deal, which is huge. Now, if we're looking at contracts here... Anybody else that could go right now? I legitimately like everybody else where they are, because I would hate to trade anybody right now. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna look at what I could potentially get for a Jack Hughes right now. If there's a trade that stands out for Jack Hughes right at this very moment, I'll look at it. But if there's nothing, then we won't bother. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. I want the ability to sign both of these guys. We save a bit of money. We save $2 million, which is huge. All the dollars count. So we have an important pick to make here. We just traded a centerman. Do we go out and get the centerman, or is this defenseman looking nice? But we have a bunch of defensemen as it is, even though I think that D-man's going to be really, really good. But then you look at the player before him. I think Frazee is going to be very, very similar to Ivany. So I want to go out and I want to draft Mats Pearson. I have a feeling. Come on. 69 overall. Top 4 defenseman with the 7th overall pick. You're looking at Niels Hoglander for top. You can debate it all you want. You never know, okay? Yeah, see, so I think we made the right pick. We have a bunch of centermen as it is. So we're looking at 15th. Phil, god damn it. Okay. So, we're going to try Anaheim. Yeah, Anaheim does not want to trade their pick. Yes, I know that, okay? Maybe the smart thing was to trade down. I'm not sure. So, we're going to have to make a deal here. I had to go and make things difficult for myself. I'm so sorry. Okay. Rookie skaters. Is there a rookie that I am willing to give up? You know, Smabby. Let's talk Anaheim. What the hell you want? What the hell you have? Question mark. Anything? You have anything on the block? Sprong, Mantha? Nothing? Well, would you do a first next year? I would do... Smabby is not a great prospect. If they're doing this trade straight up, I'll do a straight up... I know I never do this, but I'll do this because McNabb will take on Cap, even though that contract's over and done with right now. Damn it. Okay. Okay, they wouldn't do that trade, so they won't do the first next year. Would they do... Man, that's a lot of trade value to give up that we could use. No, but I want this pick. I really do. John Gibson. Oh, there isn't a whole lot I can go out and get from this team. I screwed up royally. Okay. So we're going to go to Montreal. And if Montreal has anything decent, then we're going to try. We're going to try because I know this is going to be a freaking long freaking episode. I'm sorry, boys. This is just a fact at this point. So, Montreal. You can have Schmabby. If this is the way to get this trade done, I am willing to give up this guy, Smabby, who's a 71 overall, 22 years of age, medium elite. I am willing to do that trade because I know that player is going to be so much better. But if we can cheese the system, we're going to do it. So, Montreal, you willing to give up a pick something? So you have Paling, you have Drouin. They're all solid guys. You got Miller. Nothing I'm super intrigued with. Yeah, I know. You guys might be like, don't do that trade, man. You're stupid. We can try to take their second round pick. Trade got done. They got Smabby. Okay, I get the frustration. He's 22. I have a feeling he's not going to grow. I know he's not going to grow. I've dealt with players like him before. 50. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, you want to know why? I was looking at scout rank. I was looking at... God damn, Ham Hughes was sick. Looking at scout rank, and there was a team 21st. It would be calling it close at that point, right? So you can look at it either way. Smabby, I don't think is going to be great. I think this guy that we're going to bring on is a medium elite centerman, right? So that is huge for us. So we're going to go all the way over, see who we missed. Fraze was solid. Ham Hughes was phenomenal. He's friggin' 18 for New Jersey. Snyder, Eklund, Girardi, all solid prospects, nothing groundbreaking, but we're taking a phenomenal player here. I know he's projected way off. We could go out and get a Webster, a Cooperman, but I want to look at just let's be diligent this time, Owen. We got the goalie at 140, and then you got Lamb at 75, 79 technically. So with this pick, we are going to select Dane. Oh, I have to pick the guy with the... Kolyakovo. That's his name. Welcome to the club. He's 18. 61. I think he's already a better prospect than Smabby. He's 4 years younger. Beautiful pick by the Minnesota Wild. So our next pick... Ew, didn't mean to go to offer trade. Didn't mean to do that. Nope, didn't mean to do that either. Thank you, Fat Thumbs. Really appreciate it. So 140 and 79 is the two prospects that we're really, really looking at. So 27th is the next pick. Let's see what we missed here. So, solid guys. All going to be NHL talent someday. And then I think you get a few top nines here. So we have to be careful. Is there any scouted guys at this point? So you got a low elite and a medium elite. Nothing super intriguing. You got a, I think... do we have any gems this year? I think, yeah, we have actually a bunch of gems. We got low elite, who I'll actually pin. We got this guy. Maybe we'll take him around that pick if we have a pick around there. Goalie. Why not? Goalies are always great. So, do we have any scouted players that we can take later? So, we got Lamb, who we're obviously going to go out and acquire because those are definitely hard to come by. I doubt he'll be a 60-plus overall player, but they're always nice to go out and get. So, I'm actually going to check my draft pick board. I'm going to check here. So, we can snag that player around 60th, and we have a 91st overall pick where we can go out and get the goalie. But we have picks that we can just play around here at this point, right? We can just throw something at a wall and hope it sticks. We got Dakota Edwards, 17, and then you got Willie Bumgartner, who is playing in C- competition, 3-year ETA. I don't like anybody. I really, really don't. Anybody later on? See, I feel like my drafting skills go out the window right now. I mean, I like Christopher Gauck. I like Ilya McGinley. 4-year ETA. Oh, Trevor Linden. Hell. Oh, wait. Lars Prince. Centerman, similar to Trevor Linden. You don't throw that comparison around. I think the gods want it. Welcome to the club. That was a solid pick. You know, way out of where we should have picked him, but good pick nonetheless. See, then you got a bunch of guys who are top 9s. Zinger. There's Singier. Columbus with a bunch of picks here in the first round, and they doesn't look like they land on any of them. They got Bumgartner, who would have been a solid pick, but I think we got a decent prospect nonetheless. So we're going to sum up to our next pick here, 46 actually. Hickett's, Edwards, nothing super special until I want to say... Ooh, right wingers seem to be the thing this draft. Glenn Cambeets. Damn, what a pick. A Beckett? Oh my god! Oh, my god, what friggin' awesome picks here. Okay. Right wingers. We're looking for right wingers right now. Koskinen is the guy that I want to go out for. 4 year. Nah, we're going to do it. Koskinen's a right winger. We're trying it. We got a solid... It's not a 70 overall prospect, but Kari Koskinen, that's a freaking fabulous pick. We're getting all the assets. Next pick is at 58th overall, so we're going to skim here to the later end of the second round, see if we missed anything here. Yeah, a few awesome prospects here. McGinley or Gauck would have been solid guys to go after. Schneider, yeah, a few pretty awesome prospects here. All the guys that we're looking at were the guys that were picked and were solid, so I wouldn't have made a bad pick either way. So right wingers seem to be the thing right now. It doesn't seem like there's a right winger for a little bit. Looks like I'm going with Jesper Olsen. Question mark? Jesper Olsen? Well... Wait, hold on. I want to make sure that we have another pick here pretty soon. Oh, it is. It's a 20. Okay, let's do it. I'm not a coward. Let's do it. Let's friggin' do it. We could go with a defenseman or something. Let's just go with him. Right winger, Olsen. Welcome. He is an overager, but screw it. That's another awesome pick. Minnesota, we're hitting all of them. It's not like it's a bust, like a top 9 or anything. No, Calgary, I don't want to do that. So we're going to go out and grab that defenseman. Is he somewhere over here? Lamb? Where is he? Oh, he's at 79. Sorry, my bad. 79. Lee Lamb. Ooh. We got 2 double L's on this team now. He's an overager, but I like the pick nonetheless. Sniper, welcome to the club. You are a 60 overall. I like that. A medium elite. We got 2 medium elites this draft. Plenty of top 6 players. It's been a phenomenal draft so far. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a great draft, and we still have that goalie to look at. So it might be something interesting for us. Yeah, we got one of the best picks that round. Bunch of guys off the board now. We got a low elite there and Kvasha. Solid guys. A defenseman in Javi Bulin. Solid pick there. Okay. Seems like a heftier draft this year. Not a lot of goalies coming off the boards that are very, very impressive. I mean, yep, another goalie there. And Creamer. Ooh. What a name. That's an awesome hockey name. So we got Rafalski. 5-year ETA. I think I want to just go out and pick that goalie right now. I know it's at 140th. Cullen? You know, let's do it. Let's go out and get the goalie. Dmitry Koskinen, or Kostisman. Hey, another medium elite goalie on the boards in the system. It's been a phenomenal draft so far. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a great draft. We've gotten plenty of prospects filling up the draft, or filling up the prospect pool after trading away a few assets here and there. It's just the trades that we made, we were able to make because of the assets that we have, and that's why drafting smart is very, very good. You don't ever draft stupid, but you know what I mean. Hopefully. Okay, so then we can just kind of like just whatever, you know. 3-year ETA. He is a right winger. Let's do it. I know I could try harder, but what is this? Right wingers are the thing this draft. What? What? That's another phenomenal pick. Do my eyes deceive me, or is that a top 6 again? No, we're going out. We're making another right winger. What is this draft? Right wingers galore. What in the blue hell? Okay. Jeez, we got so many prospects this draft. Can we hit on all our picks this draft, or am I? Is there a right winger anywhere? I mean, we got a right winger here in Cross. I doubt that'll be anything. He's not even. A few overagers. Methought. I'm gonna go with Methought. Let's see how it is. Bottom 6. You know what? You can't win them all. It do be like that sometimes, folks. Nothing. I didn't miss anything there. Miss anything here in the 6th round. Not looking like it. That's good. That's good. Can we get anything positive here? Come on. Let's go ahead. Ovechkin. We also had that guy at, yeah, this guy. Let's go with the grinder. Doubt he'll be anything super special, but, 48 overall grinder. Babyliv. I like that. I like it a lot. 7th round. Did we miss anything here late? Does not look like it, which is good for us. Low elite there, but de Champlain. Montreal gets a French Canadien. Good for them. So, our last pick of the draft. I want to go with the goalie because goalies are sick. And you always go out and pick a goalie. So, what goalie am I feeling? Bob Mears, or yeah, I mean, well, medium star in the phenomenal draft. You can say whatever you want about, you know, the trades that we made, but I think overall that was except for the bottom 6 player that we drafted, it was a phenomenal draft. 2 medium elites, a handful of top 6 talent, and we draft forward heavy this year, but I think it was worth it. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.